पकड़ लो हाथ मेरा। Those on you, please subscribe my channel. হ্যাঁ যাচ্ছে, wait for me. I've already written my today's target. In biology, I will do structure, organization in animals, then the cell unit of life, then the morphology in flowering plant. In chemistry, I will devise periodic table and K block, group 16 and 15. In physics, I will write basic maths notes left that page and 2-page revision of physics. Then from 8 p.m. I have again class. So let's start with the unicellular organisms function like digestion, respiration, excretions, and reproductions are performed by single cell. In multicellular organisms with the complex anatomy, the basic functions are performed by different group of cells in organized manner. The body of the simple organisms like Hydra are made up of cells which can be thousands in each type. That means the body of the simple organism like Hydra are made up of different type of cells and the number of cells in each type can be 1000. The human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? In the multicellular organisms, a group of similar cells along with the intercellular substances perform specific functions. Such organization is called tissue. In multicellular organisms, a group of similar cells along with the intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such as organization is called tissue. What is tissue? Tissue means a group of similar cells along with the intercellular substances perform a specific function. That organization is called tissue. Our complex body is made up of 4 basic types of tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and neural tissue. Epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural tissue. All complex animals composed of 4 basic types of tissues: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and neural tissue. What is organ? These tissues are organized in specific proportion and pattern to form organ like stomach, lungs, kidney, heart, etc. In specific proportions and pattern to form organ. What is organ system? When 2 or more organs perform common functions by their physical and chemical interactions that together form the organ system. Example: digestive system and respiratory system. Cells, tissues, organs, and organ system split up their work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. Cells, tissues, organ systems split up their work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. Animal tissue. The structure of cells vary according to their function. Therefore, tissues are different. Tissues are 4 types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, neural tissue. Now, tissue origin and their function. Epithelial tissue origin is ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Muscular tissue origin is mesoderm. Connective tissue origin is mesoderm. Neural tissue origin is ectoderm. Yes, I have said right. Epithelial tissue function is protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, reproduction. Protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, reproduction. Muscular tissue's function is movement and locomotion. Connective tissue function is supporting, binding, storage, protection, transport. Nervous tissue's function is control and coordinate by the nerve impulse. Support, binding, storage, protection, and transport. Support, binding, storage, protection. Muscular tissue movement and locomotion, protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, and reproduction. Epithelial tissue. The common name of the epithelial tissue is epithelial. Epithelial tissue has free surface which faces either body fluid or outside the environment. Epithelial tissue has free surface which faces either a body fluid or outside the environment. Thus provide a covering or lining for the sum of the body parts. Thus provide covering or lining for some of the body. As well as helping protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, reproduction. Thus provide covering or lining for some of the body. The cells are compactly packed in intercellular matrix. Epithelial cells are compactly packed in intercellular matrix. So the common name of the epithelial tissue is epithelial. Epithelial tissue has free surface which faces either body fluids or outside the environment. Thus provide a covering or lining for some of the body part. The cells are compactly packed with the intercellular matrix. Epithelial tissues are two types: simple epithelium and compound epithelium. Simple epithelium are four types, and these are classified on the basis of the structural and modification of the cell. Simple epithelium are four types based on the basis of structural modifications of the cell. There are four types of simple epithelium: squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, and ciliated epithelium. Squamous, cuboidal, ciliated, and columnar. Simple epithelium, what is simple epithelium and compound epithelium? Simple epithelium is made up of single type of cells, means single layer of cells. It is composed of single layer of cells. Its function is lining of the body cavity, duct and tube. Its function is lining of the body cavity, duct and tube. And compound epithelium consists of two or more layer of cells. Its function is protective, that is example skin. So simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cells. Its function is lining of the body cavity, duct and tube. Compound epithelium consists of two or more layer of cells. Compound epithelium consists of two or more layer of cells. Its function is protection. Example skin. Simple epithelium yes. Simple epithelium are four types: squamous epithelium. And some information about squamous epithelium are: it is made up of single layer of cells. It is flattened. It is irregular boundaries. It has flattened cell and it has irregular boundaries. Cuboidal epithelium, it is composed of single layer and it is cube-like. Columnar epithelium, it is single layer, it is tall, slender, its nuclei is present at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. It is a single layer. Columnar epithelium, it is single layer, it is tall, it has slender cells. Columnar epithelium, it is single layer, it is tall, it is slender cells, its nuclei is present at the base. Its free surface may have microvilli. So it is single layer, it is tall. Now, ciliated epithelium, if the columnar and cuboidal cells bear cilia on their surface, they are called ciliated epithelium. If the columnar and cuboidal epithelium bear cilia on their surface, that is known as columnar bear cilia, that is known as ciliated epithelium. If their function is to move particles or mucus in specific directions over the epithelium. Its function is to move particles in a specific direction over the epithelium. It present in the inner surface of hollow organ. It present in the inner surface of the hollow organ, like the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube, bronchioles, ear sac. And columnar epithelium example is lining of stomach. Columnar means it is slender-like. It is its free surface might have microvilli. It is cylinder-like and its nucleus is present at the base. And it is a single layer and tall cells. Lining of stomach, lining of intestine. Digestive portion. Lining of stomach, lining of intestine. Its function is secretion and absorption. Ciliated epithelium move particles, move mucus in a specific direction. Cuboidal epithelium example is duct of glands, tubular part of nephron and kidney. The epithelial opacity of nephrons in the kidney has microvilli. Duct of gland, tubular part of the nephron in the kidney. Cuboidal epithelium example is duct of gland, tubular part of nephron in the kidney. The epithelial opacity of nephron in the kidney has microvilli. Tubular part of nephron in kidney. The epithelial opacity of nephron in the kidney. The epithelial opacity of kidney. Epithelial of PCT of nephron and epithelium. Tubular part of nephron, and PCT is made up of epithelial cell and it's cuboidal epithelial, and it has microvilli. So it helping secretion and absorption in portion of nephron and glandular duct. It helping secretion and absorption. Columnar epithelium is also helping secretion and absorption, and ciliated epithelium helps in moving the particles and moving the nucleus in a specific direction. Squamous epithelial example is wall of blood vessels, ear sac. Wall of blood vessels and ear sac function is forming a diffusion, secretion, absorption. Forming a diffusion. Obviously, wall of blood vessels and ear sac of lungs, ear sac. That means I do. Yeah, no. Ear sac of lungs forming diffusions. Let's revise simple epithelium again. So squamous epithelium, it is single layer. It is single layer. It has irregular bound. It is single layer. It has irregular boundaries, and it is single layer. It has irregular boundaries, and it is flattened cell. It is made up of flattened cells. Cuboidal epithelium is composed of single layer of cuboidal epithelium is composed of single layer of cells. It is tube-like. Columnar epithelium is made up of columnar epithelium is tall, it's slender, and its nucleus is present at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. Ciliated epithelium. If the columnar and cuboidal epithelium has cilia on the surface, that is the ciliated epithelium. Their function is to move particles and mucus in a specific, that means in one direction, and is present in the inner surface of the hollow organ. Squamous epithelium example is its location is wall of the blood vessel and ear sac of the lungs, and is helping diffusion and secretion and absorption. Then squamous. Cuboidal epithelium example is duct of gland. Tubular part of the nephron in kidney, and PCT might have microvilli on their surface, and PCT is made up of columnar epithelium. It has function is secretion and absorption in portion of nephron and ducts of gland. Then now is columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium is function is secretion and absorption. Yes, it's found in the lining of stomach and in the intestine. Ciliated epithelium is helping in ciliated epithelium. It's found in the fallopian tube. Then bronchioles, air passage of the nose. So found in the fallopian tube, bronchioles, and it helps in moving particles and moving of nucleus in specific direction. Ciliated epithelium helping moving particles and mucus in specific direction, and ciliated epithelium helps in found in fallopian tube or bronchioles. Fallopian tube or bronchioles. Air passage of the nose. This glandular epithelium, some of the columnar and cuboidal epithelium get specialized for secretion are called glandular epithelium. There are two types of glandular epithelium, and from these, NEET 2022 question came. That is unicellular epithelium means they are the isolated cells. Glandular epithelium, some of the columnar and cuboidal epithelium get specialized for secretions, and that is known as the glandular epithelium. There are two types of glandular epithelium, unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular example is goblet of the alimentary canal, isolated glandular tissue cell. Goblets of the alimentary canal. And multicellular, it is made up of cluster of cells, example saliva. According to the secretion, glandular epithelium are two types, endocrine and exocrine. Exocrine means it has duct and tube. Endocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzyme, other cell part, and sweat. Endocrine epithelium, it has no duct. Their products are called hormones. Hormones are secreted directly into the fluids birthing gland. Hormones are secreted directly into the fluids birthing the gland. Endocrine glands are commonly called ductless gland because they lack draining duct. Example: thyroid, adrenal, and pituitary. Endocrine glands are commonly called the ductless gland because they lack draining duct. Example: thyroid, adrenal, and pituitary. Some of the cuboidals and columnar get specialized for secretion, that is known as the glandular epithelium. There are two types of glandular epithelium: single unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means there should be isolated cells. Example: goblet of the alimentary canal and isolated glandular cell. Goblet of the alimentary canal and isolated glandular cells. Multicellular composed of cluster of cells. Example: saliva. According to secretions, it can be two types: exocrine or endocrine. Exocrine means it has duct or tube. Exocrine means mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, digestive enzyme, others cell product, sweat. It has endocrine means it has no duct. Their product is called hormone. Hormone is secreted directly into the fluid birthing the gland. Endocrine gland are commonly called ductless gland because they lack draining duct. Example: thyroid, adrenal, and pituitary. Compound epithelium, it is made up of more than one layer. Multicellular, it function limited role in secretion and absorption and main role in protection against the chemical and mechanical stress. Compound epithelium, it is made up of more than one layer. Compound epithelium is made up of more than one layer and its limited role in secretion and absorption. It has compound epithelium help in protection against the chemical and mechanical stress. Compound epithelium found in the covered surface of the dry skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity, pharynx in a lining of duct of salivary gland and pancreatic duct. Cover the surface of the dry skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity. Cover the surface of the dry skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity, pharynx in a lining of duct of the salivary gland and pancreas. Epithelial cells are structurally functionally linked with the cell junction. Tight junction helps to stop substance from leaking across this tissue. Tight junction helps to stop the substance from leaking across the tissue. Adhering junction performs cementing to keep neighboring cell together. Adhering cell performs the cementing. Adhering cell performs cementing to keep neighboring cell together. Adhering junction helps cementing to keep together. Gap cell facilitate the cell communication with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of the adjoining cell. Helps to stop substance from leaking across the tissue. This 2019 question. Tight junction helps to stop substance from leaking across the tissue. Perform the cementing to keep the neighboring cell together. Tight junction helps to stop substance from leaking. Helps to stop substance from leaking. Helps to stop substance from leaking across the tissue. It's prevent from leaking. It helps in cementing the substance, cementing the neighboring cell together. Facilitate the cell communication with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of the adjoining cell. Connective tissue are most abundant. Connective tissues are widely distributed in the body of the complex animal. They are made up of connective tissue because of the special function of linking and supporting other tissues, organs of the body. Because their special function is linking and supporting other tissues or organs of the body. They range from soft connective tissue to specialized type. They range from soft connective tissue to specialized type. They range from soft connective tissue to specialized type. It includes bone, blood, bone, adipose, and bone. Areolar. Cartilage, bone, adipose, blood. Cartilage, bone, adipose, cartilage. In all connective tissue except blood, the cells secrete fibers. In all connective tissue except blood, the cells secrete fibers of the structural proteins called collagen or elastin. The fibers provide strength, elasticity, and flexibility. The fibers provide strength, elasticity, and flexibility. These cells also secrete modified polysaccharide which accumulate between the cells and fibers and act as a matrix or ground system. These cells also secrete modified polysaccharide which accumulate between the cells and fibers and act as a matrix or ground substance. Connective tissues are three types: loose connective tissue, dense connective tissues, and some special connective tissue. Loose connective tissue arrangement of cells and fibers in semi-fluid matrix. Loose arrangement of cells and fibers in semi-fluid ground substance. Loose arrangement of cells and fibers in semi-fluid ground substance. That is a loose connective tissue. Example: areolar and adipose. Dense connective tissue. Fibers and fibroblasts are completely packed in dense connective tissues. Some specialized connective tissues example is cartilage, bone, and blood. Specialized connective tissue example is cartilage, bone, and blood. Loose connective tissues. Loose arrangement of cells and fibers in a semi-fluid ground substance. Example: areolar and adipose. Dense connective tissue, fibers and fibroblasts are compactly packed. Special connective tissues, cartilage, bone, and blood. Loose connective tissues are two types, areolar and adipose. It present beneath the skin. It serves as a support framework for epithelium. It contains fibroblast, macrophage, and mast cell. This 2023 question. So areolar tissue contain fibroblast, macrophage, and mast cell. It present beneath the skin. Areolar tissue present beneath the skin. It serves as a support framework for epithelium. Adipose is located beneath the skin. It stores fat. The excess nutrients which are not immediately converted into fat are stored in this tissue. With the excess of nutrients which are not immediately used are converted into fat. One thing I have missed here. Dense connective tissue, the fibers and fibroblasts. The fibers and fibroblasts completely packed in the dense connective tissue. The orientations of fibers show regular or irregular pattern. Regular pattern is dense connective tissue and irregular pattern is the dense irregular. Dense connective fiber orientations of fibers show a regular and irregular pattern. Regular means there should be dense regular, and irregular means there should be dense irregular tissue. Dense connective tissues are two types, dense regular and dense irregular tissue. Dense regular tissue, the collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. The collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers, example tendons and ligament. Dense regular tissue, example is tendon and ligament, and tendon means connection between the skeletal muscle to bone and ligament means bone to bone. Tendon means muscle to bone. Tendon means muscle. Skeletal muscle to bone. The collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. The collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. Dense irregular tissues. These are it has fibroblasts and many fibers, mostly collagen, that are oriented differently. So when the collagen fibers are in rows and their parallel bundle of fibers. The collagen fiber present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. The collagen fiber present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers because it is differently oriented and it is parallelly oriented, parallel bundles of fibers. These tissues are present in the skin. Dense irregular tissue are present in the skin. Dense regular tissues, example is tendon and ligament. Tendons means skeletal muscle. Tendon means skeletal muscle to bone. Tendon means skeletal muscle to bone, and ligament means a bone to bone connection. Some specialized connective tissue is cartilage, bone and blood. Cartilage means it has its cells is called chondrocyte and it is solid, permeable and resists compression. Cartilage, its cell is called chondrocyte and it is cartilage is solid, permeable, resists compression. Cells of these tissues, chondrocytes, are enclosed in small cavities within the matrix secreted by them. Cells of this tissue, chondrocytes, are enclosed in the small cavity. Cells of these tissues are enclosed in the small cavity. Cells of these tissues are enclosed in the small cavity. Cells of these tissues are enclosed in the small cavities within the matrix secreted by them. Cells of these tissues are enclosed in the small cavity within the matrix secreted by them. Most of the cartilage in vertebrate embryos are replaced by bone in adult. Most of the cartilage in vertebrate embryos are replaced by bone. Most of the cartilage in vertebrate embryos are replaced by bone in adult. Cartilage is present in tip of nose, outer ear joint, between the adjacent bone of the vertebra, limbs of the hand in adult. Tip of nose, outer ear joints, between the adjacent bone of the vertebra, between the adjacent bone of the vertebra, limbs and hand in adult. Bones, their bone cells are called osteocyte. Bones are present in space called lacuna. Bones have hard and non-killable ground substance. Bones are rich in calcium and collagen. Calcium salt and collagen fibers. Calcium salt and collagen fibers give the bone strength. Bone is the main tissue that provides structural framework to the body. Bone is the main tissue that provides structural framework to the body. Bone support and protect the soft tissue and organ. Bone support and protect the soft tissue and organ. Bone protect and support the soft tissue and organ, but cartilage is peelable. It is peelable. It resists compression. It is solid. Example is the limb bone. The longest bone of the leg serves weight bearing function. It also interacts with the skeletal muscles to bring about the movement. The long bone of the leg serves weight bearing function. It serves the weight bearing function. It also interacts with the skeletal muscle to bring about movement. The bone marrow in some bone is the site of production of blood vessel. The bone marrow in some bone is the site of production of blood vessel. Blood cell, not blood vessel. Blood is the connective tissue. It has plasma, RBC, WBC, platelet. Blood is the main circulatory fluid. It helps in transport of various substances. Muscle is made up of long cylinder fiber. Muscle is made up of long cylinder fibers arranged in parallel array. Muscle fibers. These fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. These fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils are called myofibrils. Muscles contract, shorten means a response to stimulation. Muscle relax, strengthen means a return to their uncontracted state in coordinated fashion. Their action moves the body to their action moves the body to the adjacent to adjust the changes in the environment. Their action moves the body to adjust the changes in the environment and to maintain the positions of the various part of the body. Muscle play an active role in all movement of the body. Muscles play an active role in all movement of the body. Muscles are three types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle closely attached to the skeletal bone. Skeletal muscle fibers bundled together in parallel. Skeletal muscle fibers bundled together in parallel. They are straighted. Example, bicep. A sheath of tough connective tissue encloses several bundles of muscle fibers. Skeletal muscles get fatigue faster and it is unbranched. Closely attached to the skeleton. Skeletal muscle closely attached to the skeleton. Skeletal muscle fiber bundled together in parallel. Skeletal muscle attached to the skeleton. Skeletal muscles attached to the skeletal bone. Attached to the skeletal bone. Skeletal muscle fibers bundled together in parallel. They are straightened. Example, bicep. A sheath of tough connective tissues encloses several bundles of fiber together. A sheath of connective tissue encloses several bundles of muscle fiber. Phatic clusters, it is unmasked. Smooth connective tissues, it's tapered at both ends, non-striated. Fusiform, involuntary, smooth muscles bundled together in connective tissue shape. Blood vessels, stomach wall, intestine wall, iris. Don't get phatic cell junction, hold them together and it is unbranched. Cardiac muscles, non-contractile tissue present only in the heart. Straighted, communication junction, interconnected discs. Cell junction fuse the plasma membrane of the cardiac muscles and make them stick together.